Oh, your granite countertop couldn't take that.
Oh.
Rebar did some good.
You guys build new houses or just? Yeah, I didn't want to say anything. Since she said some builders are crazy, I don't know if you seem pretty like that.
I hope I'm not crazy. No.
I don't mean in a bad way.
No, I always try to call right when we start the job.
Oh, no, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
I really didn't talk, I didn't say. I just said your first name, it didn't ring a bell, I guess, and then I just went on to the next subject, whatever it might have been.
Well, see, the only thing is we only build like 1 or 2 custom houses a year, so we're not
some,
like,
you know, some not necessarily even builders.
We're not that well known, but
whoever,
except for the people we work for, you know, usually love us because we do a really good job.
Whoever, what I was going to say was whoever did the, oh yeah, what you just said before, because some people build a house and then they'll call in again. I guess it's a learning process too.
Oh, the one that's further back. So this is replacing my concrete countertop. Okay, whatever. No, I'm just kidding. A little dusty. But I don't know. It looks pretty, but I had something a little more rustic in mind. Well, that's the end of that concrete countertop. Oh. Oh. What's up, Alex? Alex and I just made our Saturday morning Starbucks run. I thought I'd do a quick video to explain the last video. I thought I had kind of explained it, but I guess I didn't. Sometimes I have thoughts running through my head that don't make it out my mouth. But anyway, originally the owner brought up the idea of the concrete countertop in the pool house. And I said, sure, we can do that, but it's an art form. You know, no 2 concrete countertops are the same. You know, what you get is kind of what you get. And so he said, sure, I can deal with that. You know, I like that idea. And so we built the form, and you can go back and look at the other concrete video. I actually show, you know, pouring concrete. And one of the first problems we ran into was that Home Depot kind of told me a fib. I called the one that's south of us because the Home Depot in our town, Chattanooga, doesn't carry the countertop mix. So I called them and they said yes, and I even verified the number online. Anyway, they were supposed to deliver a 5,000 PSI countertop mix. It's from Sackcrete, and what they actually delivered was a 5,000 PSI concrete from Quickcrete, which did not have the plasticizers in it. You have to have the plasticizers in the concrete mix to make it flow. And if you look at one of my previous concrete sample, where we were doing the sample, you can see when we poured it into the mold, the concrete was just oozed. You know, it just kind of flowed into the mold. Well, when we put this concrete in the mold, it just kind of sits there. Now, you can use any concrete mix, any real concrete mix, to make a concrete counter, but it's difficult because you can't put a lot of water in the mix. In the first place, in any concrete mix, you shouldn't put too much water, whether it's for a driveway or whatever it is for. It's not healthy for it. Anyway, I'm trying to keep this video short, so I'm trying to rush through it. So anyway, we poured it dry, like you're supposed to, in the mold, and I vibrated it the best I could, the forms the best I could. But when we ground it, when we took the grinder to it, it took the skim coat of Portland cement off the top, and it opened up all the little pockets, air pockets that were in it because it was a dry mix, and it didn't have the plasticizers. So anyway, it was, so when you feel it, it feels rough. So what I was going to do is take a skim. What you do is you take a slurry mix, and you put the slurry over it, and then you grind it again, and that slurry fills in all the little holes, and then it makes it feel smoother, but you can still see the aggregate. And I'm still going to do that. I'm going to take this afternoon. I'll do a video, a good video, not with my stinking phone. And there goes the battery. Alex, can you hand me the cord? So I'll do that, and trying to plug in the phone here. There we go. And I'll show you what because I'm not. The reason I say in the title of the previous video, not so fast, is because I'm going to finish the sample, and I'm going to show him what it would have looked like, really, if I'd have had another couple of weeks to make it. And that's the only problem with the grinding and polishing, and you have to have the time and the will to polish and grind and, you know, make it look good. So anyway, I think they decided they weren't going to be happy with the way it looked, and so about 4 or 5 days ago we ordered the granite, and they brought the granite today and put it in, ironically, or while we were breaking up the old countertops. So I thought it was kind of neat that they brought it while we were breaking up the but anyway, I'm not going to consider it a failure necessarily, because I feel like I could have made it look really good. But I want the owner, the main thing with me is the owner has to be happy, and they were going to feel more secure with their happiness, I think, if we use the granite. So that's really the whole point. So if I haven't explained it, but stay tuned, because I am going to finish the sample, and so that I can have it for future reference. If I ever do have to use that mix again, I'll know how to work with it. I'm probably going to buy some plasticizers and just keep them in the shop, just in case I have to use that concrete mix again, and that'll kind of solve the problem. But honestly, even if you use plasticizers, when you grind it, sometimes you still end up with little air pockets, or gravels chip out, or, you know, something. It's one of those processes that's not perfect. So when you grind concrete, you still have the possibility that you're going to have to use some little slurry mix here or there, and you'll have to grind it again and make it. It's just an imperfect process, and but in the end, that's why it looks natural, and it looks good to some people. So anyway, what do you think about all that, Alex?
I don't know.
Anyway, I hope that explains it. Thanks, guys.